Hi, my name is Dawn Harcus, and I have the privilege of sharing with you my journey. So, I was privileged to be raised in a Christian home. My father had come to faith as a young child, and my mother came to faith in high school. And they sought to teach us about God and Jesus and the Bible. They brought me to church to be with the body and learn from different youth pastors and children's pastors. So that was a wonderful, I had a wonderful upbringing. However, I felt like I really knew a lot about who Jesus was. And much like if you were sitting in your Midwest living room watching TV and you see this wonderful vacation package at a beautiful beach and with all the different amenities with it, and you read up about that different area and you know a lot about it, and yet until you pick up the phone, you don't really truly experience what it is to be in that place. And that was very much like my walk with Jesus and journey with him, is that I knew a lot about the Bible. I even memorized verses, but it wasn't until I would say ninth grade that I really understood for the first time that it is my individual walk with Jesus. In First John, it says that many have received Jesus, but it's not based on the will of the flesh or the will of man. In other words, my relationship with Jesus wasn't based on my parents' faith, but my own. And so at that point in ninth grade, I realized what it meant to really live for Jesus and follow him and obey him, that it's not just about knowing who he is, but really understanding that it's a life of obedience. And so I gave up the throne of my heart to him at that point. I did struggle a little bit with understanding who I was as a woman and my different gifts and how to use that in a way that would honor him. And so got a little bit off course in latter part of college. But I had an insatiable desire to be in his Bible, much like 1 Peter 2 talks about, like newborn babes long and hunger for the word. And I could see that, as well as I wanted to tell those around me that were dear to me about Jesus, and actually anybody for that matter. And that hasn't changed. I still desire to be in his Bible and to tell others and be in his community of believers. So I'm just so grateful. I think about my life verse is 2 Corinthians 5:15, that says, he, talking about Jesus, died for all, that they who live or spiritually live no longer live for themselves, but for him who died and rose on their behalf. So I feel like that is really what it's about, to live for him. That's not praying a prayer or walking down an aisle or being in a Christian home or going to be with God's people in a church building, but it's about following and obeying him. So thank you for letting me share my story, and I hope it encourages you and blesses you. So thanks.